Hello and welcome back to Mind World, the podcast where we explore mental tools to help you navigate life with clarity, balance, and intention. Here we empower you to align your action with your values, fostering harmony within yourself and the world around you. Today, we are diving into the Galilean Relativity mental model, a concept borrowed from physics that offers profound insights into how we perceive situations and adapt to different frames of reference. This model isn't just for scientists, it's a powerful tool for anyone looking to understand perspective and navigate life with more empathy and flexibility. Take a moment to ground yourself. Inhale deeply and exhale slowly. Let's step into today's exploration with clarity and an open mind. The Galilean Relativity mental model reminds us that our experience of the world is relative to the frame of reference we occupy. Just like a person on a moving train perceives motion differently from someone standing outside, our thoughts, emotions, and judgments are influenced by the context we are in. This concept teaches us to pause, shift perspective, and recognize that others may see the same situation in entirely different ways. Let's break this down with a few examples. Imagine you are working on a side project while holding down a full-time job. From the perspective of someone in your shoes, this may feel overwhelming, but from the outside, a friend might see it as inspiring and ambitious. Recognizing these frames of reference help you to reframe your efforts positively while understanding the feedback you receive. Another example is conflict resolution. If you are in a disagreement, your perspective might feel fully justified based on your experiences. Applying Galilean relativity, you pause to consider the other person's frame of reference. What emotions or experiences might shape that view? This simple mental shift can transfer how you approach relationships and empathy. So, how do we apply the Galilean relativity model practically? First step is to recognize your frame, starting by identifying your current perspective. Are you seeing this thing through the lens of stress, ambition, or fear? Journaling is a good tool for unpacking this. And then you go to the next step, which is shifting context. When facing a challenge, ask yourself, how would this look from someone else's point of view? Practice stepping into their shoes mentally. The third step is reframing challenges. Instead of feeling trapped by your perspective, use it as a starting point to seek alternative views. This reframing often opens up new solutions. And the last step is adapting to change. Life constantly shifts our frames of reference. Embrace this adaptability, whether you are transitioning jobs, learning a new skill, or managing personal growth. Let's dive into a relatable situation. In the previous episode, we mentioned about starting a side project while you have a full-time job. Even though you are excited about a passion job you believe in, you know your parents might not fully support it. Maybe they are concerned about how it fits with your career or worry is a distraction from responsibility. From your frame of reference, this side project represents growth, creativity, or even a future opportunity. From your parents' frame, it might seem risky or unnecessarily. How do you navigate this difference? The first step, acknowledging your frame of reference, starting by reflecting on why this side project matters to you. What values or goals does it align with? Journaling can help you clarify your why. For instance, You might realize it's not just about the project itself, it's about proving to yourself that you can pursue your passion while managing your responsibilities, or you realize that you are looking for change to new career path. And then you go to the next step, which is understanding their perspective. Pause to consider your parents' frame of reference. What values or experiences shape their concerns? Maybe they have faced challenges in their own career and want stability for you. Or perhaps their upbringing prioritized traditional path over creative pursuits. Understanding their viewpoint doesn't mean agreeing with it, but it helps you approach conversation with empathy. In step 3, you will reframe the situation. Instead of seeing the disapproval as a roadblock, view it as an opportunity to build mutual understanding. You can explain your reasons using language they relate to. For instance, if your parents value stability, highlight how you are managing your time responsibly. I gave you a mental model to handle this in the previous episode. If you are interested, you can find it in my podcast playlist. And also thinking about how the skills from your side project could enhance your career. Here is an practical example. Imagine telling them that I understand that you are worried about me taking on too much. This project excites me because it allows me to develop skills that could support my future career. I have planned my schedule carefully to ensure it doesn't interfere with my job or other responsibilities. And the last step is adapt and balance. Using the Galilean Relativity model doesn't mean ignoring your own perspective. It's about balancing multiple viewpoints. Maybe you decide to adjust your approach, starting small with your project while gradually showing its positive impact to ease their concern. Another tip that can be helpful to you is to stay grounded. Remember that differing perspectives are natural. It's okay if your parents doesn't fully understand your decision immediately. By staying true to your values while respecting theirs, you are creating a middle ground where growth and connection coexist. As we wrap up, let this mental model remind you that perspective is a tool, not a trap. By chipping frames and embracing relativity, we open ourselves to greater empathy, creativity, and understanding. The beauty of Galilean relativity is that it reminds us that no single perspective holds the entire truth. By stepping into other shoes while staying rooted in your own values, you can navigate challenging situations with empathy and confidence. If this resonates with you, explore this concept further with our Mind to Journal, designed to help you reflect and adapt in moments of conflict or growth. You will find it linked in the Mind World community post. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, stay curious, compassionate, and open to the new perspective.